There is a time of day when your brain stops protecting you. Most men do not know when it is, but their bank account does. Researchers who study decision-making discovered something that changed how I think about money forever. The human brain makes roughly 35,000 decisions every single day. By mid-afternoon, it is exhausted. Not tired the way your body gets tired after physical work. Tired in a specific, dangerous way. The part of your brain responsible for discipline, long-term thinking, and financial judgment starts running on empty. And when it runs on empty, it does not shut down. It takes shortcuts. My name is Frank Malone, and today I want to talk about the most expensive time of day in your life. There is a study I want you to know about. Israeli researchers spent a year analyzing over 1,100 court decisions made by experienced judges. These were not impulsive people. These were trained professionals whose entire career was built on careful judgment. The researchers found one variable that predicted the outcome of a case more reliably than the evidence presented: the time of day. Defendants who appeared before a judge early in the morning received favorable decisions roughly 65% of the time. Defendants who appeared late in the day, after the judge had been making decisions for hours, received favorable decisions less than 15% of the time. Same evidence, same laws, different brain. Now apply that to your financial life. Think about the last time you made a purchase you regretted. Think about the last time you agreed to something you knew was not right for you. Think about the last time you sent money somewhere without thinking it through carefully. What time of day was it? For most men I have spoken with, the answer is almost always the same: evening, after work, after a full day of decisions. This is not a coincidence. This is biology. When the prefrontal cortex is depleted, it does not make worse decisions. It makes a specific kind of decision. It defaults to easy. And in financial terms, easy almost always means expensive. The impulse purchase feels easier than discipline. The shortcut feels easier than the long road. Saying yes feels easier than saying no. The depleted brain is not stupid. It is conserving energy, and it conserves energy by choosing the path that requires the least resistance, which is almost always the path that costs you the most in the long run. Here is where it gets specific. Decision fatigue shows up in 3 predictable patterns for men who are trying to build wealth. The first pattern is evening spending. This is the man who does not spend impulsively during the day. He is disciplined at work. He keeps his head down. He makes good decisions in the morning. And then at 9 in the evening, after dinner, after the kids are in bed, after a full day of managing everything, he opens his phone and he buys something. Not always something big. Sometimes it is a subscription. Sometimes it is a delivery order he did not need. Sometimes it is something he had been telling himself he would not buy. The brain has spent its discipline budget for the day. What is left is impulse. The second pattern is deferred decisions that never happen. This is the man who keeps telling himself he will handle the financial thing later. Later he will open the investment account. Later he will review the insurance policy. Later he will sit down and look at the numbers. He is not procrastinating because he is lazy. He is procrastinating because every time he thinks about it, it is late in the day. And the depleted brain avoids complex mental tasks. So the account never gets opened. The policy never gets reviewed. The numbers never get looked at. And the cost of that avoidance compounds quietly for months, sometimes years. The third pattern is the evening shortcut. This is the man who makes a fast decision on something important because a slow decision felt impossible. He agrees to a deal he did not fully read. He sends money somewhere because the conversation was exhausting, and yes was faster than no. He signs something because his brain simply could not hold the complexity anymore. The shortcut feels like relief in the moment. The bill for that relief arrives later. Now I want to tell you something practical. The wealthiest men I have known did not have more discipline than everyone else. They had better timing. They made their important financial decisions in the morning, not because they were morning people, because they understood that the brain that wakes up after rest is a completely different instrument than the brain that has been running for 12 hours. They scheduled money conversations before noon. They reviewed contracts in the first half of the day. They set up automatic systems so that the most important financial decisions happened without their tired brain in the room. They did not fight decision fatigue. They engineered around it. Here is the simplest thing I can tell you. If a financial decision feels urgent after 7 in the evening, it is almost certainly not urgent. Sleep on it. Decide in the morning. The decision will not change, but the brain making it will. And that difference, made consistently over years, is worth more than any investment strategy anyone will ever sell you. My name is Frank Malone. The next question is, what other invisible mechanisms are costing you money every month? I covered one of them in the last video.